Hi, welcome to Lord of the Rings Online. We're on our Dwarf Guardian. We're in the Lone Lands, about the center of the zone. We need to talk to stocky folk from the west, which has brought us to this dwarf outside this instance.
Greetings, traveler!
So, Rear Quicksilver. Hunin sent you, good man. Is it true that two within the cavern came from the west? I came here long ago and live among the Eglain, but my duty tells me to come with these cousins of mine and aid them in their search. Hunolf was right to send you.
I would be grateful for your assistance.
Dour dwarfs. I sometimes think I ought never have felt the mountains and the home of my ancestors, but I sought after a life of adventure. After too many years looking, I found myself lost and then found again here amongst the Eglain. I have been here a long time, now I consider myself one of them, but there are remnants of my own heritage that never stray, friend, and those remnants get stirring in the times like these. I hear rumors of dwarfs working with orcs to despoil the tombs beneath the ruins of Thrain Dubal to the south. I wish to know what kind of dwarf would tolerate orcs, much less denying to work alongside them. Dane. That's an interesting word. I'm not sure I've ever seen that spelled. Go to Thambul and bring me one of their banners. Okay. So collect a dwarf banner to the south. Can do that. Looks like there's quests inside of here, but we'll go ahead and head south. Maybe around this little area here. Right there. That was easy. And they're dour hands. That's what dwarf would do it. Dour hands have been really pesky since Bree.
At your service.
I know that
and your
Blazon.
families.
My father told me of a revolt in the battle long ago against a host of the elves at Vered Luin. Skorgrim, a leader of the Dour Hands, to whom the Blazon belongs, led us all and drove the Dour Hands near destruction. Buried beneath the mountain was he, by quick action, and the elves' leader. We know this, because we were there. Dour Hands in league with orcs. Grim news indeed, and there is no doubt what must come next.
Come and stay a moment, friend.
This dwarf is not one to look betrayal. I know that the Dour Hands are betrayal to all the free peoples consorting with the orcs and is deserving of only one punishment. I'll not say I am pleased by the situation, Bromvar, nor will I look to opportunity to decide long when it stares me in the face. Dwarves are not these Dour Hands, and they need to be dealt with. You seem to be more suitable to the cause. Collect Dour Hand axes. And then enemies of the
I would be
Eglain.
grateful for your assistance.
Sometimes in Mithernost, there is a dwarf who oversees the labor of the Dour Hands. Though the Dour Hands have gone against their nature by consorting with orcs, all hope for them may not be lost. Collect the Dour Hands Overseer Medallion. Alright, we go back there? Yep. So we need dwarf axes and Overseer Medallion from their leader, I suppose. Seems wrong killing dwarfs. But we've killed a lot of the Dour Hands already, so. In Ered Luin and Breland. Yeah, this is our third zone in Lord of the Rings. It's crazy to think about. The zones in this game are just, like, mind-bogglingly massive. And like in a good way. There's just so much land in Lord of the Rings Online, which is great. The primary storyteller, you know, is the open world. Sometimes you don't need all the polish and budget to make a good story. I'm trying to remember if there was a lot of like evil dwarfs in the books. The dwarfs are always sort of morally ambiguous a bit, or very greedy, but they don't seem to turn on each other much. I think there was a story in the Silmarillion where dwarfs tricked like an elf prince. Do we have to get up there somehow? Looks like I need to get up there. But the question is how? Well, explored around and I found this, so hopefully this path takes us up there. Because we need to get the leader of the Dour Hands. This cliff is pretty extensive. What? Look at that guy. What is he doing? I'm just gonna run by everything. Oh, this place is elaborate. Hopefully we're heading the right way. Activate our defensive cooldowns. Got a lot of enemies, but it's okay. We should be able to deal with them. Yeah. Honestly, Guardians really excel at multiple. They really do well with multiple things. Oh, right here. Our Hanover's here. There he is. Probably would kill me, won't it? I think I'm gonna try. Don't die. Sorry, my man. I don't want to run all the way back down there. You're gonna have to take the broken leg for us all. Alright, that's the Overseer. Go back and talk to Rear. What kind of a name is Rear? People say he was a pain in the rear. All right, Rear.
Greetings,
fine.
traveler.
Iron indeed. Not as comely as other weapons, but still made by dwarf hands and crafted with care. I shall smelt the ill deeds from their weapons and craft them newly into arms and armor for all to use. Cool. It's not really better than what we have. What's the sword? It's a little better than what we have. We might equip that. Enemies of the
At your
acclaimed.
service and your families.
Hunluff and Gadrick did well with choosing you. A fine, upstanding sort you turned out to be. Well, that's more armor. We're not using a shield. We'll grab that chest piece. Cool.
At your service and your families.
Oh, he's got a lot of gear. Go ahead and repair everything. Alright, let's equip those 2 items. Let's try the sword out. I don't like the idea of a sword on a dwarf, but
At your service
it was slightly
and
better.
your families.
Let's sell a few things. I want to keep these items for tasks. Okay. Let's go into this instance. Because it looked like there were some quests down here. Yeah. Well, this is cool. Iverninus. Iverninus? Dwarfs with orc weapons.
Will you stay and speak with me a moment?
Loggy. We left the expedition moving towards the east to investigate what the Dour Hands are doing here in the Lowlands. We have seen both orcs and dwarfs in this place, but nothing here makes a dwarf feel welcome. Our fear is that the orcs and the Dour Hands are trading with one another. Nay, we fear that they are working together, supplying one another with the materials, tools, and weapons. We want to put a stop to it. Okay, so we need to collect orc weapons. Orcs and dwarves.
Will you stay and speak with me a moment?
Rear Quicksilver outside. Oh, it's not rear. It has an F in it. Or maybe I read that wrong. Is no member of the Longbeards. He is a member of the Dour Hands either. I know only this, that he is a dwarf, an honorable one at that. He may have left his family lands, but remember that he is first and foremost a dwarf. The Dour Hands can no longer be considered part of the greater dwarf kingdom, having fallen enough to live so close with orcs without the sound of battle. We need to defeat orcs and a Dour Hand. Okay. Business as usual. Might have to turn the ambience down. It's really loud in
Will
here.
you stay and speak with me a moment?
Is there something within these? There's something in these walls. Sometimes I value. I can feel it. Orcs likely can too, and of course, Dour Hands know. They seem more interested in the ruins of the north and west. So we need to collect dwarf pickaxes. The orcs are fine at making weapons and crude tools, but if the feeling is right, they require specific tools. I bet that is what the Dour Hands are giving them. Okay, so do we go down? Man, this looks like the entrance to the dungeon in World of Warcraft, Black Fathom Depths, I think, in the Night Elf Zone. You have to like go down this well-looking thing. All right, I turned the ambience down a little bit, but still seems a little hair loud. Oh, I love looking at this, and it's like an old game with the Shroud of War. A lot of Dour Hands, so we need to get the Dour Hands. We need to get their weapons and pickaxes. We need to get orc weapons and Dour Hand pickaxes. There's another door over there. So I guess we kill all these guys here. I haven't seen any orcs. Maybe they're through the other door. I always like the ringing of steel. Whoa, what is this place? Oh. Oh, this is up on the hill, isn't it? Huh. So I bet by design you're supposed to grab that quest to go kill the leader and then run through here. Ah, that makes sense. Wish it would have. Maybe it said somewhere in the text writing. I didn't see it. Oh, there's an orc right there. Sometimes exploring is a benefit. Wow, that guy looked crazy. Tarkrip Berserker. Look at these roots growing in from the ceiling. Yeah, I was reading the Silmarillion, and I think in the Silmarillion, during the First Age, after like a big battle, a big defeat of the Free Peoples with Morgoth, and I think it's a Silmarillion, the power crystals. The only thing I can remember of like dwarves actually being like pretty terrible is they end up killing a elf prince who had a Silmarillion, but I can't remember his name. And it was one of those stories that's sort of quickly passed over. But I think that's actually why orcs or why dwarfs and elves don't like each other, because of that sort of thing. In the Hobbit movies, they like really hate each other, and they like established that Thranduil didn't help Thorin escape Erebor, but I don't think that's in the books. And in fact, I went through and read the Hobbit book, and Thorin is like not nearly as jerky as he seems in the movie. He's actually pretty, he's not like a, you know, a likable character, but he's not such a
Greetings.
whiny butt like he is in the movie. Alright. As I thought, sturdy bearing and the fine sharp point needed to cut new holes in the stone. Orcs would rather use their swords and axes. This is all ill news indeed, and it speaks to an issue that long haunted the dour hands, and one that can likely stop here and now. Logi will handle the issue with our ill-fated cousins.
Come and stay a moment.
Orc interrupted. I would wager that there is a leader in the depths of this place, likely a larger orc, hiding in the ruins, but ruling from the darkness. I have oft heard the name Nashkra spoken among the orcs. Perhaps this is the name of their leader. Search through the ruins, find and destroy their leader. Alright. Probably at the end of the hall where I was earlier. I wish they would give us that quest why we're down there to kill the leader.
What do you want?
I can hardly believe what I am seeing. Dwarfs and orcs and enemies. This is something that should never occur. Never. Orcs and dwarfs.
Well met. Come, stay a
Dwarf
moment.
interrupted. The dour hands must be stopped, and I am willing to bet that there is a leader among those that directs them and deal with the orcs. A terrible cur who needs to be removed from the dwarfs. Everywhere can hold their heads up with pride. This is my task. Find the leader, likely in some hiding passage or lair. Eliminate him and return to me. Again, it would have been... Can I fall into the water and not take damage? Nope. Sometimes you just gotta jump into things. We got some Lotro points. Oh yeah, we got virtue. We did get a level up. Sweet. This is, I really like this talent tree. This is like old school World of Warcraft, like classic WoW. And I love talent trees like this. Because I can spec really how I want to and cater to my playstyle. We have tireless blows, and these, like, you're earning new abilities. It just feels like great progression. Parry responses have a chance to reset the cooldown of brutal assault. Ah, so the more I parry, the more I can use brutal assault. That's the ability where my weapon turns like fire. Critical hits will, with your parry responses skills, and restores power. So this is a passive. Critical hits with your parry responses skill. So rank 1, critical hit with your parry responses skill will restore 1% of your max power. Oh. I'm thinking more of that one. 10% chance for your parry response skills to reset the cooldown of brutal assault. I don't like chances. I like things to actually happen when they happen. Uh, 1% of your max power. So this is an ability that actually happens with 1%, and this is a chance. But I have been using that brutal attack. That's probably going to give me more DPS, I would imagine. I don't know. I could always respec later. But I like games that have a design that you really think about, you know, what you're choosing. I'm gonna go in this way because I'm pretty sure the leader will be down here somewhere. And I was right. It was right there. I had an instinct. Gonna activate my defensives. That was my brutal assault. Man, these guys don't hit very hard. But I am 3 levels above them, so that's most likely what's going on. All right, here's the leader. We chose correctly. Overwhelm, thrust, yeah. I love the reactionary play style of the Guardian. So far, I have played a hunter. Whoa. Look at that guy. Nashrock. That dude looks nuts. Almost looks like an ogre. Like a half-troll. Oh, he died super fast. Can I get out this way? We're making a loop here. I'm just gonna run by. We don't need to kill any of these guys now. Let's look at our... Oh, we may not be able to check that while in combat. I think we got new virtues. Which I'm not exactly sure what a virtue does, but I think it's another skill tree that you can be earning kind of in the background. You can sort of spec into it, which is cool. I really need to get an axe, not a sword. It looks weird. Dwarf with a sword just looks really weird. Alright, we killed both leaders.
What do you want?
Orc leaders are dangerous sort. It is good to know that you are a hardy adventurer at first, and I thought Brombar. Actually, the orc leader died in like 2 hits. And the dwarf leader took several hits.
What do you need?
Already, I feel the fire of my blood beginning to cool. The foul dour hands need to remember this place. It is bad enough what they did in Thorn's Hall. Alright. Let's go out and talk to the dwarf outside, and I think we've completed all the quests in this area. And then I think our next quest... Oh, it looks like he's got another one. Hopefully it doesn't send us back in. Towards the
Come
Egwene.
and stay a moment, friend.
The orcs are working with the dour hands. This is terrible news. The orcs are recent arrivals in these lands and have been busy digging in the ruin in the east. They have slain many Egwene and taken another of the ruins that were once claimed to our own. Could it be the dour hands assisted them in this? Friend Bromvar, will you make your way along the road to the east? Some distance down the road, you'll find Oscaruth and the leader of the Egwene, Frederick the Elder. Tell him the news. Okay, so that is... Oh yeah, so that's the next settlement, and we have about 4 quests over there. So that's great. We're progressing in the correct order of questing.